Take two. Hi, 8th graders. Welcome to the farmer's market. I'm just got home from fishing, so I'm doing pretty good, but it's kind of late at night and I don't have an assignment ready for you guys for tomorrow. So I'm going to record this and I'm going to teach you how to shade. And so we're going to be doing shading. So you need to find your worksheet that looks like this. And I had a blank one, but somehow I didn't make it out of my classroom with it today. So I have a couple that are started here, and I have a piece of cardstock. And this piece of cardstock is to put on your surface so that you don't get texture coming through your paper. So Cambry doesn't have one of these papers because she didn't come get her stuff. So Cambry, you'll have to find something online similar to this, and I'm sure you can find one and do the same thing that we're doing. So make sure you have a nice sharp pencil, good and sharp, and you're going to lay your pencil in your hand. You're not going to hold it like you're drawing or writing. You're going to pull it back till it falls, the end of it falls inside of your hand, and that will lower the angle of your pencil, and you're going to shade with the side of your pencil. You're not going to put your finger on top and push the wood down against the paper. You're going to put it on its side. You're going to put your finger on the side of it so that it'll help you move it, but you don't want to push down with pressure. That you can't control the pressure as much with your finger up here. You want your finger on the side. And you're going to lay your pencil down here, and you're going to start to shade, and you're going to shade really lightly, and you just wiggle your pencil back and forth, and you put a little bit of lead on the paper, and you gradually, and you know this is going to be a lot darker. It's going to be halfway between the middle gray and the black. In fact, when you start on this bottom one, push hard. And look, my pencil's up here. It helps me to push harder. But as soon as I get done with this bottom one and get it as dark as I can get it, then I pull my pencil down here. And the rest of this needs to be done with my pencil held down here. And I'm shading this, and I'm shading it lighter than the middle gray. But the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to put more layers over the top of that. So little short wiggles. Don't go clear across the paper. Little short ones, 1/2 inch or even shorter. And you might see some little lines, but we're going to try to get rid of those lines. And we're not going to scribble and rub with our finger or a paper towel or an eraser or your nose. We're not going to rub it with anything, okay? Don't rub it. We're just going to build the pencil up gradually and slowly. And the tip of your pencil is going to be the only thing rubbing on here. And you just gradually build these layers up. And when you see light spots starting to show up, kind of shade those light spots. Start to just hit the light spots and not all the spots around them. And build your way all the way across this until you get the whole block shaded. And you can kind of see a line there. Some kids shade once, twice, 3 times, and they have a dark line there and a dark line there. I don't want that. I want this to be a flat value. If you read right up here, it says flat values. And flat means the value doesn't change. The value stays the same all the way across this. So I start, and a lot of times I'll shade a different direction. Still little short strokes. You can go in little circles. Some people shade with little circles. I usually just go back and forth, but you can do little circles if you want, but you're just gradually building up lead on the paper. And I had a finished one that I was going to show you what it looks like when it's finished. This takes quite a while. You're going to have today, which would be Tuesday, and you're going to have Thursday to get this done. So
you can go from dark to light, right, Mr. Hunt?
I go from dark, and then I go to middle gray, and then I go between there, and then I do this one so that it's darker than the one above and lighter than the one below. I do this one so it's darker than the one above and lighter than the one below. So I actually do every other one, and then I go back and do the ones in between. So start with the dark at the bottom, go to middle gray, and then go to the next one right here. And then the next one I would do would be this one up here, and I can't push very hard. Make sure that finger is not on top of your pencil, and gradually build that pencil lead up there very light. And so I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different values that you've shaded, and white that's left at the top. You don't shade the top one. So this will be your assignment for Tuesday and Thursday this week. And next week I will have another shading assignment for you where we're going to shade the 5 basic forms. Oh wait, we got these two over here, which are graded values, where you start dark at the bottom and you gradually get lighter as you go up. And so this will be part of this assignment too. And so Tuesday and Thursday to get this done. Friday's a makeup day, so you can work on it on Friday. If you're caught up in your other classes, you can work on this. But sometimes they call this a slide value, or it's a graded value is what it says on here. And it's a gradual change from dark to light. And you're doing it the same way you did here, but you don't have separate values. I don't want to see lines where it goes from the darkest one to the next one. I want it to just gradually change all the way up. And it's going to take a while. I don't know how long I have left to do this video here, but I don't want to spend too much longer on the video. So I think what my plan is going to be is I'm going to have to run back to the school, and I will get one of these that's finished. So for your Thursday lesson, I'll have a finished one of these for you to look at, and maybe I can get one of these for Cambry, but that would mean she wouldn't be able to start on it today. So Cambry, you can go ahead and get one online and start on it today if you want to, but this just changes gradually. Let's get rid of this paper in the middle so that we can see the values better. I was seeing through that. So I start over here at the bottom, and I can push a little bit harder. I squeeze my pencil a little bit harder. I push a little bit harder on the paper, but I don't do that with the first layer. Make sure you start with a light layer, and then you won't get little white spots in the middle as much. It'll be kind of like you rubbed it with your finger, even though I don't want you to rub it with your finger. Okay, keep your fingers off of there. No paper towels. Keep your nose off of there. Don't be rubbing it with anything. And I go this direction, I go this direction, and I don't want you just to shade outside the lines and then erase outside of the lines, because a lot of times that will stain your paper and you won't be able to get it off from there. So I want you to do this all with your pencil. Oh man, I went off the edge of my cardstock and it made a little dark line right there. So keep it on that cardstock and that'll keep it smooth. And I can keep going back to the bottom and darkening the bottom and working my way up. But I want it a little bit of white at the top, but I want it really dark down here at the bottom. And you're going to do this twice. So if you do it once and it doesn't work too well, it's okay. You'll get another chance right down here to start and do it again. And I'm not going to sit here and do it twice and show you twice, but you're going to do it twice so that you have practice doing this. So we're building up these values. We're learning how to shade. This is going to be a big part of art from here on out. You're going to be shading a lot of things. A lot of art teachers call it rendering. You're going to be rendering values. You're going to you draw first with a pencil, you draw lines, and then you fill in with values. And so we'll talk about forms next time and how to shade forms. Not next time, next week. Next time I'll have a finished one of these for you to look at, and you'll just be working on this again. And I'll have an attendance question for you, so you still need to log into Google Classroom, answer the attendance question, so that I know that you're on here on Thursday. So slow, even you, Mr. Slow. Okay, that's good.